We live in a limited world of cause and effect, beginning and end. Is there a way to understand? Is there a way to understand how Hashem is beyond this without limited minds? To understand Hashem is to be Him. So there's no way to truly understand Him, but the first 100 pages of the book Chovot HaLevavot answer all of these questions and much, much more of why both rationally, scientifically, logically, there could be only one God, and there has to be a God, and it has to start from Him and nothing else. One of the things you're going to see is that on a rational perspective, anything that has a creator, okay, so anything that has a creator, that means that they're not the beginning. Their creator is the beginning. But if their creator also has a beginning, their creator has a beginning, then obviously they're not the beginning. So if, let's say, for example, we're going to go to with this book, okay? I have a book here. Now, obviously, I know that this book, and I'm just looking at the material, not the words that are in it. The book itself, we realize that this book is made up of, some wood, paper. It's coming from wood. And then you have obviously probably a little bit of plastic or leather, but most of it is paper. Now the paper didn't come from nothing. The paper came from a tree. Okay, the tree itself didn't come from nothing. Started off as a seed. Okay, that seed again also didn't come from nothing. Came from something else. Point being is you keep going back and back and back. Eventually, you have to have a starting point. Has to have a starting point. That seed didn't come from nothing. That came from another tree. That tree didn't come from nothing. Came from a seed. That seed didn't come from nothing. Came from another tree. And if you go back far enough, you're eventually going to go to the starting point. And the starting point cannot have a starting point. Because if it has a starting point, if it has a creator, it's not the creator. If God has a God, He cannot be God. So the beginning of everything is something that cannot have a beginning or an end, and cannot be subject to the rules of that creator. God cannot be subject to the rules that He created, or else He would Himself be part of the creation. God is not part of the world. He created the world. He's not part of the world. The world is not part of Him. He doesn't have parts. So He's not subject to the rules that He created in the world, in the universe, whether it's the physical rules or otherwise. None of this He's not subject to any of it, which also means He's not subject to time. He cannot have a beginning. He cannot have an end. So the more a person goes back to the root, the more they understand that the cause and effect is only applicable to something that's a creation, not a creator. Cause and effect is a creation. That is creating something else, if you will. But the creator, there's only one. There always was one, there always will be one. That cannot have a creator. There is no cause and effect there. So it's a person that reads Chovot HaLevavot, the first 100 pages, at least first 100 pages, are going to answer this question in much more depth. But in so many words, this is something that if a person is intellectually honest, they're going to arrive at a conclusive answer of why this is the only truth that exists, and there is no dispute.